As most of you already know, hosting a Rust server can get very expensive. It can get a little bit hard on the pocketbook if you're considering the server rental itself, the website, any developers that you might need to help support, any plugins that you might be adding to your server that aren't free. It can all add up very, very quickly and become very expensive. Well, what if I could show you a way where you could monetize your Rust server and actually make real life money off of your Rust server? Well, today I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, and we're going to get started right now. Welcome to Rust Admin Academy, where I teach you the best tips and tools to owning and operating your own successful Rust server. On this channel, I do a lot of plugin reviews, and I do my best to teach you some of the insider tricks to having your own Rust server. If you're brand new to the channel, make sure you consider subscribing so that you stay up to date on everything that we're working on. If you took any value out of this video, make sure you smash that like button for me. It helps me out a lot. All right, let's get right into the plugin. So the plugin that we're talking about today is called Tebex, and it's available from the Umod website and their website in combination. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean. So this is what you'll see when you're looking up Tebex on the Umod website. And this is where you're actually going to get the plugin from, but it's not where you're going to do most of your work. So while yes, you are going to be prompted to grab the plugin from this location, most of your work is actually done from the Tebex website. And this is the Tebex website. So if you've never set up any kind of a donation system, I am going to give you one quick warning right off the bat before we even log into this. The first time you log into this and you've never done anything like this before, it's going to look a little bit scary. Don't worry, I'm going to walk you through the processes and make you feel comfortable with it. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a brand new account because I'm only using this for this video, and then I'm going to actually delete this account altogether. I do run this system on my actual official servers, and so far I'm really happy with it. It has worked great, which is why I want to show it to you guys, because it's a very quick and easy way for you to make some money off of your Rust server. So setting up your account is as easy as setting up any other account that you've ever seen in your life. It's just going to ask you for first name, last name, email address, and password, which is, super basic. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'll bring you guys back once I'm actually inside my dashboard. So if any of you are from the Minecraft world and you've run this type of system before, you might actually recognize this program because it was actually designed for Minecraft. And since its success with Minecraft, they've actually integrated all these other games. And you can see here, they have them all listed here: Garry's Mod, Hurt World, etc., CSGO. But obviously the one that we're concerned with is Rust. So select your game and then click next to go to your web store settings. So the next step is setting up your actual web store address. So the web address that you're going to actually send your players to so that they can be purchasing something from your server. So in here, you can put in whatever address you want. Obviously, you're going to want to make it something that is related to your server or your group of servers or your gaming group or whatever you want to make it related to. You want to make this mean something. So I'm just going to name mine SrtBull YouTube test server.tebex.io. You would obviously name it something that is more applicable to yourself. And your web store name is obviously the title that's going to show up on the top of your web store once we actually log into our web store. And then just click next. So there's a couple of different things that we can get into as far as Tebex is concerned. We can get into MySQL. We can do our commands through an Archon system. We can also have Tebex work with our Discord server. We're not going to get into any of that right now. All I want to show you guys is game server. So select game server and then click next. So this is where things start getting important and you're going to want to start paying attention. We're going to do exactly what the steps say, and we're going to do it step by step. So we're going to download the plugin and we're going to dump it into our plugins folder like we've done with every other single plugin that we've ever talked about. And as soon as we've installed the plugin, it's going to prompt us for our Tebex secret key. And this is in our server console. You'll get the same information if you're doing this from an Archon or a web Archon, or if you're paying for a hosted server that has some sort of built-in Archon system, it's going to appear the same way. So it's now waiting for us to enter our secret key. So if we head back over to our web store setup process, step number 3 is this is our secret key. So we can just click copy. And if anyone is thinking that they're going to try and be clandestine with my secret key, that's fine. I'm just going to be deleting this anyways. So you can try if you want to, but it's not going to do anything. And then we just head back over to our console and we can just pasta that in there just like that. And then it's going to confirm that we've actually linked our game server to our web store, and now we're good to go. And step number 4 is just a way for us to validate that the plugin was installed and that our secret key is actually working with our web store. So let's hop into the game real quick and we're going to run this command and we're just going to make sure everything comes back without any errors. We do /Tebex:info, just like that. And it didn't come back with any errors, which means we're good to go. And then we can hop back to our web store setup page and we can click continue setup process. So the next set of steps that you'll see on your web store setup is just to make this yours. This is to customize it and make it do what it is that you need it to do. So just follow it step by step. First step is you can upload a logo. If you already have a graphic made where you want to be displayed on your web store, this is where you can upload your logo. We're just going to skip that for now because, like I said, this is just a test server and I don't have anything built for my test server. The next step, which is obviously the most important step, is actually creating a package. So that when I say a package, that means the actual product that your player is going to buy from your web store to have it applied to their character in game. Once we click on create a package, it takes us to this page right here where it actually shows us an example package that we can use as a template. So by clicking on the example package, it's going to take into the area where you can actually edit what this package does. So on the top line, obviously we can give this package a name. In this case, we're just doing VIP level 1. Right below that, we can enter a description. So in this area, we need to tell the player what benefits they're getting if they purchase VIP level 1. And you can configure this however you want. You can give them access to different kits. You can give them different end teleportation cooldowns or set home. The list of things that you can do with this package is absolutely insane. There's an endless list of combinations of things that you can do. But this section right here is where you would put all that information so that the player actually has something that they can read so that they know exactly what they're buying. Right below the description is when you start getting into how you're actually going to apply the package and all of the different variables that are required for it. So obviously the first one is how much are we going to sell this package for? Well, just for testing purposes, let's sell this for $5 US. And if you want it to expire after a certain length of time, that's where you would do this. So let's make this package expire after 30 days. Is this going to be a one-off purchase, or do we want our players to automatically be added to a subscription system where it will automatically bill them every month after the 30 days so they never run out of the benefits that come with this package? Well, this is where you would make that decision right here. A caution for you, the subscription system that is shown right here is not part of the free package that comes with Tebex. We're going to get into that a little bit later, but just so that you know, the subscription is not part of the free version of Tebex. So we're just going to leave this as a one-off purchase. We can put our packages into different categories if we want to. This is where it would allow us to select which category we want to pick a package from. So the global limit is talking about how many of these packages do we want to be able to sell in a certain period of time. So if in this case, we're talking about VIP packages. Let's say we only ever wanted to sell 10 of these packages in one 30-day period. Well, we could put that limitation in here right now. So let's say our global limit is 10 and it's only every 30 days. So no matter what, this package can only be bought by 10 different players in a 30-day period. So if you put this limitation in here, it means not everyone can have VIP on your server, and you are in complete control over how many VIP packages are available to be sold. And we can do the same thing for user limit. So let's say we have a VIP package that expires, let's say after 5 days, but our wipe cycle is 30 days long. Well, let's say that we wanted our players to be able to buy this package 2 times in that 30-day period, which would make it so that they can't have the package for the entire wipe cycle, but they can at least have it for 2 5-day periods. So I'm just going to change our expire after 5 days instead of 30 days like we did at the very beginning. And we're going to make the user limit 2 every 30 days. That's all that means. The next line is which servers, and obviously this is only going to be applicable if you run multiple servers through this Tebex web store, but this will allow you which server you want to apply the package to. Now, the next section is variables. And to be honest with you, I haven't messed with the variables, so I'm not going to try and confuse anybody with them yet. That will come in a later video. There are variables that we can add on to this. The next section is required packages. So let's say that we were doing VIP 1, VIP 2, and VIP 3. Well, let's say a player can buy VIP 2 only after they've bought VIP 1. So that's where we would put this information, is in the required packages. Now, obviously in this case, because this is the first package that we're setting up for our web store, it's not going to give us any options here. But if we had a previous one, and by the time I'm all done this, I'll be able to show you exactly what I mean, because I'm going to do actually 3 packages that we can purchase for our test server, just so that I can show you guys all of this stuff. So for right now, we're going to leave this. Nothing is required to purchase this package. The next section is where you can create a gift card as soon as they complete the purchase, and you can determine what that dollar value is. So you could set it up so that every time they buy a VIP package, they get $1 that they could spend towards their next VIP package, or whatever. This is where you can add an additional benefit to buying your VIP package. Associate with the community goal. The Tebex website will actually set it up so that you can display a goal that you're trying to hit for the month. So let's say you want to just pay for your server rental for that month. So let's say $25 or $30, whatever it ends up being. You could set that up so that it's displayed in your web store, so that the players that are going to your web store can actually see how far along in our progress we are for the month. And this is where you would determine that this purchase is going to go towards that community goal. And you can set up community goals different every month. You can set the values. You can change all the variables that you want for your community goal every time you run a goal. So for right now, we don't have any community goals set up, so we're just going to leave this blank. The allowed gateways. So this section is kind of important. Basically, this is the different payment methods that you are willing to accept from your web store. I highly suggest that you only accept PayPal. It provides you and the purchaser the most amount of protection with the least amount of confusion. So that's what we're going to do in this case. We're only going to accept PayPal. The next section allows you to put in a specific date that you want to make this package available. In most of your cases, you're going to want to leave it blank so that it publishes immediately. Let's say you're running a special in the future where you want it to come up on a specific day, but you don't necessarily want to be doing the work on that day. Well, you can set all this up and only make it visible to the public on a specific day just by simply selecting the date that you want it to go public. Like I said, for right now, we're just going to leave this blank. And for how long do you want to show this package for? So again, we have our beginning, and now we can set up our end date for a specific package, but we want this package to be available forever. So we're just going to leave this blank as well. The next drop-down menu is asking you, do you want to accept virtual currency or cryptocurrency, whatever you want to call it, to go towards the purchase of your VIP packages? If you're involved with crypto, fine, you can get involved with this. I don't personally, so I'm just going to make it so that this cannot be purchased with virtual currency, but you need to make that decision for yourself. So the section down below that is just a bunch of toggles that we need to decide whether we're going to turn on or leave off. They're all default in the off position, but if you just go through each line individually and decide if that's applicable to you or not, it's just going to be super easy. So disable this package and remove it from the web store. Well, no, of course we don't want to do that. We're just setting this up. But if you wanted to delete this package, just turn that toggle on, hit save changes, and it will delete it from your web store. Disable the option to change the quantity of this package. Well, really isn't a reason why somebody would buy multiple packages. It's not going to help them, but you can set things up so that they can buy multiples. Let's say we were going to do the exact same thing as what we're doing right now, but we're going to make it so that instead of them being applied to a VIP group, they're going to be given a supply signal in game. Well, this is where you can limit how many supply signals they could buy from your web store if you set that up that way. So for now, I'm going to leave this in the off positions so that once we get to the actual purchasing section, you'll see where you can change the quantity. The next toggle makes it so that we can allow the player to decide how much they want to pay for this package. Now, of course, you would be putting in a minimum price, but if we turn this toggle on, it makes it so that the player can actually pay more for the package if they want to. Thinking in the mind of most players, they're probably not going to pay you more, but they might. Who knows? If you want to give it a shot, turn that toggle on. Next toggle is requiring the player to select which server this package is going to be applied to. Now, this is only important if you're running multiple servers through your Tebex web store. For demonstration purposes, we're obviously not. We're just using our one server. But if you are running multiples, you will want to turn this on so that your player has to select which server this package is going to get applied to. Otherwise, it can get applied to all servers. Next one is reset the user or global limit after the package expires. Pretty self-explanatory. Inherit commands from lower priced packages in the same category. So if we're doing a stepping system where there's one level and then level number 2 and level number 3. If a player wants to go in and just buy VIP level number 3, do we want to apply all of the benefits of levels 1 and 2 as well as 3 when they only buy 3? This is where you get to make this decision. We can disable gifting for this package. So if we want to allow other players to buy this package for their friends or whatever, somebody that doesn't want to pay for it or can't pay for it or whatever, if you want to disable the ability to gift this package to other players, turn this toggle on. I would highly recommend that you leave it in the off position. The easier that we can make it for other players to get your VIP package or whatever it is that you're trying to sell to them, the better. So if somebody can buy it for them, power to them. The last one is do not allow gift cards to be able to purchase this package. So if you're setting up another package, it wouldn't really apply to this one. But if, let's say you had something really specific that you wanted only cash money for, let's say you were selling a rocket launcher or C4 or something like that, and you wanted to make it so that they could not use gift cards that they received from previous package purchases, that's where you would turn this toggle on right here. That makes it so that no gift cards that are assigned from Tebex will be allowed for the purchase of this package. And the last section on the page here is the commands. So these are the commands that you want your console to execute as soon as somebody buys one of these packages. And this is a very, very important section. I'm going to quickly go through and create the commands that we want to be executed when somebody purchases this package, and then I'll come back and explain each one to you. And don't feel like you have to be some sort of computer programmer to figure this out. There is a handy help button right here, which brings you to another page, which shows you a list of all of the different commands and variables that you can use in your command lines. As you can see here, I've added 4 different commands to this one single package. So we've got 2 commands that will execute when the package is first purchased. We've also got 2 other commands that will execute as soon as the package expires. So in this case, it'll be 30 days. Actually, it won't. It'll be 5 days because I changed that to 5 days earlier, but I'm going to go back and change that to 30 days. So the first command line that we're using is chat user add, and then we're using curly braces with the ID in it, and then what group we want to add the player to. So in this case, chat user add ID VIP. So this is going to execute adding this ID, which is Steam 64 ID, to this group called VIP. At the same time, it's going to execute this other command in the console, which is just to say, username just purchased a VIP package from such and such a website. You can get yours too from that same website. So this will actually display in chat, in game, every time somebody purchases a VIP package. So now you might be thinking that might get a little bit annoying. Depending on how many packages you're selling, yeah, it could get a little bit annoying. You might consider not doing this. But when you're first starting out, this is a really good way to get it out there that you're actually selling a product, where the player can purchase it from, and they can also get the information about what it is that they're buying and why it's going to be beneficial. So of course, on expiry, we want to do the opposite of what we did on the initial purchase. So we basically want to remove that same player from the group called VIP. And in order to do that, we're going to use chat user remove Steam 64 ID. We're going to do this in curly braces. So this is a variable here, just to be clear. This is a variable where you don't actually have to go in and put in each person's Steam 64 ID. The plugin is going to do it for you. And then which group that we want them removed from. In this case, it's VIP. And as well, on expiry, we're also going to put something else in chat saying, hey, so-and-so player, your VIP package has just expired. If you'd like to renew it, go to the website that we've entered right here. So any of the commands that you're used to using in your console, you can use as commands on the Tebex website. So, and the list is unlimited. Like you could make it so that people can purchase a time of day, or, and so that's env.time and then whatever time of day. Like, just understand that what we're doing here is just saying these are the commands that we want to use from the Tebex website to automatically execute in our Archon console. So the commands that you're used to using, you can use in here. I hope that makes sense. I don't think that came across very well, but I tried. So once we're done with everything, we can update the package. So there we go. Now we have this package set up for players to purchase. I'm going to go through and quickly add 2 more. You guys don't necessarily need to watch me do it all over again twice more, but I want to be able to show the different options available. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick, and then we'll come back. So now we have 3 different VIP levels that our players can purchase from our web store. And obviously, if you were actually doing this in a real life application, you would want to build on level 1 to level 2 to level 3 if you're going to have your pricing reflected. So the benefits from each package need to be reflective in the price. So if somebody's going to buy a $15 package, they sure better be able to do at least as much as what you would get out of the $5 package and the $10 package. And then you would add something on top of it to make it worth the $15. So now that we've got our packages set up, we can head back to continue our initial setup. So click on that button right there, and it takes you back to the page that we were at before. So now the next section is setting up a payment gateway, which is where we want to accept our funds from. So during our packages setup, we set it up so that we would only accept PayPal, and this is where you would set that PayPal account up. So this is where you would select the different gateway payment methods that you want to accept. And in this case, we're just doing PayPal. So click on Set Up Gateway. And then it's going to prompt you to log in with PayPal. I'm not going to do this in this tutorial. One, because this is just a test and I can do everything that I need to show you guys without actually logging in with my credentials. Plus, I'm already using my credentials on another Tebex account on the official servers that I operate. But this, like, if you have any experience at all with PayPal, this is going to be very easy for you. The one caution that I will give you here is PayPal is going to require you to set up as a business account. It doesn't cost you anything. Your fees don't change. It basically just requires that you enter more information than you might have put in there for just personal use. It's not invasive or anything like that. Don't be afraid of it. I'm just letting you know to expect that to happen. PayPal is going to want you to set up as a business account. No big deal. After you've done your PayPal setup or whatever payment gateway you want to use, just click on the button to continue setup. Add a team member. So if you want to have multiple people that can log into your dashboard, like you have other administrators or moderators or team members, whatever it is that you want, if you want to be able to add somebody here where they can have full access to your dashboard without having access to your private information, you could set this information up here. They would have their own login credentials. It'll give them just enough information so that they can get through the dashboard, but not put any of your information at risk. For right now, we're just going to skip this. Next one is view your web store. So let's complete this item. So this is what our web store looks like right now. If we had put a logo on here, you would also see that on here right now. And you are able to go back and edit what you want to put in your little welcome blurb there. These are the packages that we've set up. It's going to prompt us to log into our Steam account. After we've logged into our Steam account, it's going to take us to the different packages that we've set up. If we click on one of the packages, it's going to bring up all of the information that we put in while we were setting up the package. So the name of the package, the benefits that it's going to apply to our player if they buy this package, and they can also compare. They can go through and click on, you know, do I want to buy VIP level 1 or do I want to buy VIP level 2? And it's going to show the differences between the two packages. All right, so that's our web store. We've now completed that step, so let's just move past it. Setting up a custom domain name, of course, you can set this up by default. You're going to have to use your web store name, tebex.io. If you want to set up a custom domain name, you can do that here. Again, that's another one of the things that's not covered under the free Tebex plan, but it is something that you can upgrade to later if you so choose. Right now, we're just going to skip that. And now we're 100% set up. So let's just hop into the dashboard and see what we see. As you start making sales, it's going to start reporting on your dashboard. Obviously, there's not very much I can show you right here because nobody's going to be buying these packages. At least I hope not, because they're not going to gain any benefits because the groups that I set up were fake anyways, but whatever. This is where your revenue is going to show. So how much money you're making based off of the sales of your packages that you're promoting through your server, this is going to show right here. So let's say we wanted to test this out to make sure that our packages are actually working, that our commands are actually executing the way that we want them to, and that the player is actually going to receive the benefits that we hope that they're going to get if they buy one of these packages. Well, we can do that. We're going to do what's called creating a fake transaction. So if we jump into the payment section and then actually click on payments, it's going to allow us to create a manual payment. And that's exactly what we want to do. So here we would put in the player's name that we want to put in manual transaction for. In this case, it's going to be me. But you can do this for whoever you want. You can also use Steam 64 IDs in this location instead of their username. What's the dollar value of the transaction that we want to process? And then we want to select which package it is that we want to process in this transaction. So this is what this is going to look like. The player that we want to apply the transaction to, what's the dollar value that we want to use on this transaction, which package they want to purchase, and which server do we want to apply this package towards. Once we've got all that information in there, we can click on create. Now, I need to be able to show you guys multiple things at the same time. So before I actually go ahead and do anything, you'll notice that Tebex Donate is actually doing a lot of things. Every couple of minutes, it's going to check with your web store to make sure that there aren't any outstanding commands that need to be executed. And that's what you're seeing here with this yellow text all over the place. I'm going to show you how to get rid of that once you've confirmed that everything is working the way you want it to. So I'm just going to create this manual transaction and we're going to watch on the console to see what happens. So our transaction is complete. Let's watch the console and see how long this takes. Okay, so it took about 30 seconds. And what it did is it went through, it checked with our web to see if there was any outstanding actions that it needed to take. It found one, it processed it, it added KROD to the group called VIP. So let's just head into game and see that it actually worked. And because I set up this package to actually give us a title so that we actually have something to see, all I have to do is type in chat. So as you can see, next to my name, it says VIP, which is how we know that that package was executed correctly. And now my player is a member of the group called VIP. So if we head back over to our manual transaction, it's actually going to show us exactly what it did. So if we have a look here, chat user add my ID to the group called VIP, it processed that command. It also said in chat that so-and-so purchased this package from this website, blah, blah, blah. And then after the 30 days expires that we determined in our package setup, it's going to automatically execute these other two commands down below. So it actually says pending until February 1st, 2020 at this exact time. So this is a fully automated system. Once your player buys this package, if you've set up your parameters properly, and this is why you want to check this step out so that you can actually see that it's actually going to do what it is that you want it to do. And one other thing that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, some people are saying that they don't like how often Tebex calls the server. They feel that it's adding lag. And what you're seeing on the screen right now, all those yellow lines, is technically the Tebex plugin making calls to your server. Which I guess if it's happening too often, it might create some lag or some drag on your server. Me personally, I have not experienced this yet, but if you want to turn this off, you can. After you've validated to make sure that all of your commands are executing the way that you want it to, you can actually turn this off so it no longer displays this information. Some people might say so that it stops making the calls to the server, which I don't believe that it does, but I'm going to show you how to do it anyways. So if we go into the config file for Tebex, which is called Tebex Donate, and you'll find it in your config folder, same as you would find any other plugin. If we turn off these 3 debug commands, it'll actually stop that from happening. All of those yellow lines that you see on my console, you won't see those anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to change all of these to false. I'm going to save the config. And then I'm going to go back to the console and just reload the plugin called Tebex Donate, which looks just like that. So now what you see on the screen there is the only thing that you're going to see from Tebex until it goes to execute a command. Once it executes the command, you're going to see that command line go up there, and then that's it. You're not going to see any more of those debug lines on there at all. So if you feel that it's causing lag on your server, you can turn off those debug lines, and I'm going to assume that it is going to reduce the calls and prevent that lag. Let me know in the comments down below if this plugin is causing you guys lag and what you did to try to fix it. Let me know if this process works for you or not, so that I can better advise other viewers in the future. I hope this gives you a basic understanding of how Tebex works, and I'm hoping that you can think how you can make this work better for you. I'm just using the example of VIP packages, but you are not limited to what you can do with this. You could sell guns, you could sell specifically skinned knives, you could sell literally anything that you want, you could sell from your web store. And it's a really great way to start creating revenue from your server to help pay for the costs that are involved with your server. The next thing I want to go over is how much this could potentially cost you in the future. Right as soon as you set up an account, you are automatically given the ultimate plans. You get all of the features that are listed underneath the ultimate plan, and this will automatically expire after 13 days. So it's a really great way to show you what this plugin can do for you, or what this service can do for you. The ultimate plan will cost you £25 a month if you decide to stay with the ultimate plan, which exchanges to $32 US. So $32 US per month that you would pay for the ultimate plan. You can't, after the 13 days, after it expires though, you will just be defaulted back to the starter plan, which for most people that are starting out is fine. Don't go spending a bunch of money that you don't necessarily need to spend right off the bat. The starter plan will allow you to take transactions up to 250 pounds in a month, which is about $328 US, which for most people is plenty. If you end up being an incredibly successful server and a lot of people are buying different packages for your server, then of course you would obviously want to bump up into the next package, which then allows 2,500 pounds of transactions each and every month, which is huge. So if you do get to the level where you need to bump up your plan, you certainly can. It's super easy to do, and congratulations, because you must have a kick-ass server. Anyways, you guys can go through the details of what each individual plan does for you. I just wanted to let you know that as soon as you set up a new account, you are given 13 days to explore the ultimate plan, but then after the 13 days, you're automatically going to get bumped back down to the starter plan, which for most people, like I said, is fine. So like I said at the beginning of the video, Tebex is a great way for you to start generating revenue from your Rust server. I hope this tutorial gives you a basic understanding of how you can make this work for you, and I'm hoping that it's giving you some new ideas for you to generate money from your server. And I want to hear from you guys. So let me know some of the packages that you think that you would want to sell on your server and put them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you guys are planning on selling from your server to help offset the cost of your servers. Okay, if you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you stay up to date on everything that we're working on. If you got any value out of this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up for me. It helps me out a lot. If you haven't been able to find the button yet, I'm going to put one right down below me here right now. Make sure you click on one of the videos on the right hand side. It'll take you to another video in this very same series, which has a ton of information for you guys. All right, that's it for this video. Welcome to the year 2020. I hope to see you guys all very soon.